So you guys do like activism a lot, right? Like you guys have done your Barbie
Yeah,
thing.
it's called Vegan Barbie.
You've done that. You've done like lingerie protests. So there's like critique from like some like conservative side of the vegans where they're saying that it's not like effective. And then we have people like Dr. Jordan Peterson, psychologist, calling vegans woke narcissists. So what's like your response to that?
What's your response?
How do you respond?
I'm just like just expressing myself in whatever way I see fit. Like, I think that every form of activism, there's somebody who responds to it, even though not every form of activism is effective for every person. There are some people who it reaches. Like, for some people, like men especially, they're like, oh, can I take you out on a date? And I'm like, oh, are you vegan? And they're like, no. And I'm like, then no. And so
Dating activism, huh?
and so there's every form of activism has its own like niche of people that it's effective for.
Basically, like it's not about having one type of activism that's going to get the most people. It's more about targeting specific niches and infiltrating these niche communities so that the message kind of appeals to that target audience.
Sometimes it's also a little bit how you feel, because sometimes you're strong, you feel emotionally stable to have a vigil and actually see the suffering right in front of your eyes. And sometimes and I'm sure you're the same, like sometimes I go through phases of moods and emotions where I feel like, whoa, it was so heavy last month and I saw so much suffering and I just can't manage well this month, because you get like almost like some form of trauma and
PTSD.
maybe sometimes nightmares. So
Yeah.
sometimes I just feel, okay, I need some more positivity in my life. I want to see happy faces that really understand that it's fun to be vegan. That's kind of like how I see Vegan Barbie, because a lot of kids, they love Barbies, who doesn't? And they think, oh, what does that mean, Vegan Barbie? And where does the beauty actually come from? It's not only your shallow surface that you look at, it's also your heart, who you are on the inside. And I think kids get it. They get it much better than adults most of the times, to get the message like, oh, I don't want to be a bad person. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be evil in a way to eat other animals that have the same emotions like you and I. And so they're like, they have more questions to their parents as well. And it's kind of like, I think there's probably so many different forms of activism out there. And I'm sure there's like some forms of activism that are more impactful. Like they have a higher ratio to make people go vegan. But even if it's a form of activism that is not that as effective as we would call it, but maybe we light something in someone's mind that could be very, very powerful, or, create better ideas. So yeah, I think we just have to go a little bit with the moment and just with the flow, how you feel as an activist as well. Like, what do you feel this very moment? Do you want to go to a vigil? Do you want to do a positive outreach? Do you want to scream to fashion industry or whatever? Like, whatever you feel that is right for you right now, because you don't want to burn out. So
that's a good answer. Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
How do you think you would be active on a sanctuary as a man?
What, like cutting up wood or something outside?
I like that.
No, I think, I guess like as a man, I would be most useful for like kind of like lifting the heavy stuff out there, like cleaning debris outside, making sure the animals are protected, building fences. I think that'd be really fun. I enjoy building. I have a few friends that were like construction workers, so I used to like help out with them when I was younger. And then just like, taking the animals out for walks. I think that would be mutually beneficial for me, animals, the sanctuaries organization. So, yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
If anyone is vegan and good with animals, we need somebody to come and give the animals love and attention. So, just putting that up.
Yeah, and then what's your guys' like sanctuary name again? Vegan
World. Mm-hmm.